Hey, this is Noogie from GuardingTalesGuides.com, and I'm going to go over free-to-play versus pay-to-play, and the distinctions and some just opinionated pieces, right? Because all the videos I do are opinions. There are probably better ways to do some of the stuff, and some of the stuff I get a little lazy on, but whatever. Whatever, I'm doing this for free. Back up. But either way, on one of my videos, it's about green hammers. I got this guy who disagreed with the way I did it, which is totally cool. But he's been very like negative Nancy in the comments, right? So he's been very negative. And maybe I'm misinterpreting, but it seems like negativity. So, but he kind of discounted my methods because I paid for a 500 pack of coffee to make the video, which makes me a pay-to-play player. And I absolutely am a pay-to-play player on one of my accounts. On my other one, not at all pay-to-play player, free-to-play player. But that gives me kind of a unique perspective of being able to go, yeah, like I know what the difference is between the two in this game specifically, right? So I'm going to go over some real quickie like facts between the two games because I happen to have both accounts, right? So hero collection bonus right here. This is my free account. Item collection bonuses right here. Jump to my other account. All right, cool. Let's go to books. Hero collection bonuses right there. All right, cool. Item collection bonuses. Now, to help you out with that, as I've written them down already, and I don't really want to do any video editing because I'm kind of a lazy video game or YouTube uh, guy, right? I'm not making any money off of this. It takes up a decent amount of time. I'm just kind of doing it for y'all. But, yeah, you're just going to have to work with me. So anyway, the attack bonus, the difference in collection bonuses from one account to the other is, let's see. Item collection bonuses, basically I have, this is items 40.7 on the free account versus 52.7. Now I don't care about anything other than attack on my free to play account because I can't afford to, right? Like if I spent money, I could get not only the attack up, but the defense and HP up, which is only something I started doing after 2 years or so in Guardian, my global account. Because I just had enough resources to pull that off, which really accounts for like awakening heroes you won't use just to get the bonuses. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I've got about a 12% increase in attack from this collection bonus. And let's go to books. And then I have 46 on global, and then I have 28 on free to play, right? So also, it's important to notice that my global account is 10 months older than my KR account. So it's been playing for, not only is it paid, but it's also 10 months advanced. So even free to play, it would be higher, much higher since it's 10 months older, but I do pay on it. So we're talking about a difference of 12 and then 18, so 30% attack increase difference between one account and the other. Now, that's just that though, right? So let's go to book bonuses. Let's go over here, right? So the weapons after a little while should already be 10%. The majority of them. I do have equipment costumes, so that's 8.3, which is a decent amount of gems to put into that. 8.3. Super costumes, but that's not much since it's 1.8, and you get those over time. And you really can't, you can pay for that, I suppose, but HP, I'm going to have more HP here on my global account because I just have collection bonuses off of that. And I only started doing collection bonuses for costumes on my KR account because I'm comfortable with my gem spending. So that's the other two, right? So you're going to get those bonuses. That's it. That's where you're going to get the bonuses, right? So overall, we're looking at around 40% attack increase from an account that's massively paid versus account that is not paid and 10 months older or 10 months newer. So that's a pretty big disparity between the two. Like I think after 10 months, I could get another 15% attack at least, maybe more, if I got the heroes that I wanted, right? So that amount of difference, right? So how does that affect the actual heroes, right? So let's go into that. Right, so this, I have 708,000 on this team. Let's see if KR, let's go to the same exact team. All right, 607 versus 708. So about 100k DPS on my team, right? To show you what that team looks like, this is one of my better teams, mind you. Show you what that team looks like. It's got some, like 89 is the cap over here on KR, right? So you've got that. 87 and 84 and 84 and 87. Okay, that's pretty good. Now let's actually, well, either way, we'll stick with that one. But we're looking at like a 100k difference. That's a more advanced team, right? If I actually threw up Earth, it'd be different. Let's actually see if I can do that. Marina, okay, 508. Let's see if we can do that without changing a preset. What do we have? Yeah, Marina, there you go. So 538 versus 615, not even 100k. And this is like arguably one of my worst KR teams, period. But what I'm trying to say here, though, is that the difference, is about, what is it, less than 10%? Yeah. Yeah, well, no, it's a little bit over 10%, I suppose. I'm not even going to do that. My brain's too tired. It's Sunday. Why am I doing this? But either way, it's not a massive choking difference between whatever. And once again, 10 months advance. Give me 10 months. I can bring that up to a lot different. And on the global account, pretty much every one of those characters have an MLB weapon and hero. On my KR, not either. None of them do, really. So overall, the damage isn't drastically different. Now, raid damage, right? Let's actually check out the raid damage on the KR account here. All right, this is global. I get confused. Okay, here's the new raid, right? Let's look at my participation in this raid. There's 4 days left of attacks in this raid. I've got, ooh, look at that, lovely number. All right, so I've got 4 days left. I'll probably get like 65K or 65 million per day. I should end at probably 900 million, right? On a free account, 900 million in the raid season, right? In addition, let's go further this to kind of, now this, a lot of this is going to be luck here, but these are my heroes on the free account, right? 89, look at all these heroes, right? Look at their levels. Plenty of 89s in there. Here's more, right? So they're all raid heroes. I've only got like 1 or 2 raiders that I use that is not capped. Level capped anyway. I only have like 2 or 3 MLB weapons. But the difference isn't drastic. It's not huge. So it doesn't sound like, no, okay, so I'm getting maybe 900 million in the raid, maybe 950, something like that. In my global account, I'll probably get 1.2, which is 30% more. But it is like, the amount is crazy that I've put into that account comparatively, right? From let's say 0 to, I don't even want to talk about that, right? So there is a difference, but the difference isn't like 100%. It's not. It just isn't. Now the other thing is, right? Like, where does this come into play in a Guardian Tales? Like, other than just direct numbers, like we just looked at, where does it come into play? Anything that has rankings, arena, rating, Coliseum, anything that has rankings, right? Because you're gonna just do stuff better passively. Now, does being a pay-to-play user mean you're going to be better than a non-pay-to-play user in Arena? Not really. Those book bonuses, that's where it comes in, the book bonuses. But competency and a strategy of Arena and Raid is a huge thing. That's not a small thing. It's a huge thing. So, like, if you're going to be a better player, you can overcome that disparity because the disparity isn't that heavy. It's not crazy. But it is helpful. But if you have somebody that is really good at the game and they're a pay-to-play player, they should beat you 100% of the time, And that is what it is. I've known people like that. Hell, I'm kind of one of those people. I want as much of an edge as I can. I really do it because I like improving my own account. I don't really care how much stronger somebody else is. I played this game or games like this for way too long. So I don't really give a damn if they're better players. They're just people that are better than I am. I'm comfortable with that. I'm secure. But, how does this all work, right? So you have dolphins, you have whales, and all that stuff like that. You can pay $4 a month to get 100 gems a day, which you can do for the paid summoning. I can know that. I think that's great. There's a difference, right? Like this is my care account. Look at this, 19k gems, It's my paid account. I've got 6,500 gems. 10K. That's not a lot. I see some YouTubers that have 200K gems, 100K gold. Like, what? Okay, all right. I don't spend that kind of crazy money. I don't think that's a good idea. Well, at least it's not for my lifestyle, you know. But my point here is that like there's quite a spectrum on which money you can spend. And on our game, it's very soft-handed, right? We don't have a game that goes like that doesn't give up. Our game gives out a lot of free stuff, and in addition to the free stuff, it caps a lot of what you can buy, right? Like a daily limit to this, a daily, weekly limit to that. Other games don't do that at all. You can spend crazy amounts of money. Our game doesn't want the disparity to go too heavy. They want everybody to have a fighting chance at all times. That's pretty cool. But either way, like, see, there's just this bad stigma of pay to play. There's a bad stigma of pay to play, and I'm going to keep that here so you guys can see that and go, click it, get rid of it. But I'm not, because I'm vicious. But there's a bad stigma of pay to play, right? Like, that guy plays, he sucks, or, I'm free to play, like it's a badge of honor. Whenever anybody says, like, I'm free to play, I'm like, well, that doesn't, like, that's just, it's not anything that does anything for me. It's kind of like, I don't know, like, it's like a pretty girl without good personality or whatever to me. I'm a straight dude, right? So it's like, oh, she's very pretty. It's like, yeah, but is she fun to talk to, right? Like, it's a cool metric, but it doesn't do it for me. So, like, free to play, it's like, oh, cool. Well, you're free to play, right? What are your numbers? Because that doesn't change for me, right? Like, I'm a video game. I'm a programmer. I've been a video game programmer. I've been a mobile video game programmer before for a hot minute. And like I like to support the games that I love. I love this game. I'm playing it for 728 days now. I love this game. I love when they improve the game. I love when they give me new content. I love it when they give me new quality of life updates. And I love it, so therefore I pay for it, right? Like, I pay and I'm happy to pay a little bit of money every month to it. That makes me happy. It should make them happy too, right? They keep pushing out stuff that I like, and I'm going to vote for those things with my dollar, right? That's cool. The free-to-play players and all that stuff like that, it's cool that they're around. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I'm just saying, like, when you say, oh, I'm free to play, yeah, it doesn't make you superior at all. It doesn't make me feel that you're superior. It just means you're not necessarily taking that step to promote their health the game. And it means that I know you're going to be a little slower in progression. That's totally fine. You take the game at whatever speed you want to take it at. But at the same time, like, we love this game. I like to support this game. It's not a bad thing to support this game. If I didn't already say it, like, most of the people that have a bad stigma to this, I am 43 years old. I've been playing competitive online video games since I was 16. I've played, like, Quake and Doom and tournaments where I literally went out to different places in the country to play physically at their locations, right, for tournament money. That was before YouTube. Like, so I've been there, I've done that. I've seen how payments work. I've seen how transactions came about, all this stuff like that. Like, I've seen the way people get fussy about that. And most of the people with microtransactions that complain about people that are pay to play are pay to play. They are also pay to play. They just want to say it. I don't know. Like, I've seen so many examples where a person has bought something from a friend of mine in an MMO, and then that person the very next day complains about how people buy stuff from people. I've seen that happen multiple times in so many different games and versions of games. It's just like, it makes you shake your head. So either way, like, pay to play, it's just another factor. It's just another piece of your game. There are people that want that edge and they're willing to pay for it. But just understand, if you've never been to, let's say, Expedition, you have 0 relics, and you spend, I don't know, 500 stamina or coffee to get relics, that first 500 stamina you spend is 100% useful, right? You're going to get stuff that you didn't have before. If you click that sweet button on 500, you're going to get relics you didn't have before. That will increase your progress. That'll increase your potency in the game, right? No doubt, no doubt. You will find equipable items. That second 500 Sam spend, maybe you'll get another good item you can add in there, right? Cool. Yeah, sounds good. So if I spend $10, I will, let's just say if I'm spending, like if I'm only like advancing the game while spending money, my first 500 stamina will absolutely get me upgrades, no doubt. My second 100, maybe I'll get an upgrade. Maybe I'll get a unique. That'd be cool. Maybe that unique's actually in like a defensive one or an offensive one in the game mode that I like to play. Okay, cool. So then, I spend another 500. So that's, we're 1,500 stamina in. I have less of a chance to get an upgrade. Every subsequent time I do it, I have less of a chance to get an upgrade. That means a little bit of spend goes a long way, but a lot of it of spend goes a very, very, very little way. And that's how it works. So, like, if you've taken the difference between my global and KR account, like in the numbers that I've posted, we're looking at 500 versus 600 or 600 versus 700 damage, right? Okay, that's not crazy, but the amount of money in comparison that I put into one account versus the other, not even accounting for the fact that one's almost a year older than the other, right? Let's say I didn't put any money onto the free-to-play account, and it's also the same age as the other account. I'd probably be 15 to 20% more attack up, which is the only thing I really care about. And then, at that point, my difference is 20% attack across the board. Probably even less than that across the board. Spent all this money for 20% to attack. It's not that much, and I'm richer, in real life. And let me finish this up by saying, is it worth it? Right? The whole thing, is it worth it? All pay-to-play does in this game is decreases the time in which you obtain anything. Every single item in this game is obtainable by free-to-play and pay-to-play. It doesn't really matter. It just decreases the time in which it takes you to obtain the item or items that you're wanting. That's all it does. So is it worth it for you? Is it worth getting that item now? It's worth getting. I like to buy coffee. That's my thing. I'm a big fan. I love doing that, especially since Expedition. I feel it's exciting now, right? I can get something cool. But, I use that coffee to also kind of do the green hammer thing, right? Cool, sounds good. Now I have one more, or like 1-2 week period to get my green shield, my MLB, my shield from bottle caps, right? Or I could just use a green hammer now. I'll wait, because to me, bottle caps will always be there. Green hammers are a lot more rare. It's worth the wait for me to wait. I'm not going to spend a ton to get there right now for a green hammer, whatever, it doesn't matter. That's where the game comes in. Just how fast you get it. And the ranking that you yield is also the other game, right? Because it will get you up the rankings faster in a given game mode. That's all totally cool. And the last thing I'll absolutely say is, if you would ask me if spending money on a video game is worth it, I would say, you crazy? No, it's a waste of your money. It's a total waste of your money, right? But I also spend money on Netflix, which is really, when it comes down to it, I can probably find myself entertained other ways for like $15, right? But I like that. I like that form of entertainment, so I'm going to pay for it, right? I don't want to wait around. If I have Hulu, it's not got ads. Screw that noise. I don't want to wait around for ads. It's not that long to wait, but I just don't want to wait. Kind of like this, right? Yeah, I don't need to pay a dime to enjoy this game. And there have been plenty of months where I didn't at all pay a dime. And that's fine too. I enjoyed it. But sometimes I do. And honestly, every single one of your significant others would probably say, yeah, you're crazy. And you probably don't tell them how much money you spend on the game. And I would think you're intelligent for that. But, it's totally up to you. It's not all I'm trying to convey here is that there's not the pay-to-pay thing is not that big of a deal, and it's certainly the free-to-play thing is not a badge of honor that you wear that makes me think, oh, you're awesome, cool. If anything, from my unique perspective as kind of being a developer, removes that from you. It's like, all right, you're not supporting your game, cool, whatever. But it is what it is. And this is probably a very big difference. But I love this game. Genuinely love this game. I love to support this game. I clearly love to help other people love this game, right? I mean, a lot of the YouTube people do the same. Like I see Lula doing it. He spends a ton of money trying to help, right? That's what we all do. It's pretty cool. I like it. But hopefully that helps. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to get you anywhere in the game other than provide a little bit of perspective. I guarantee I will be so disappointed if I don't get a huge backlash over how much people hate me on this video. It's like, oh God, you thought I knew it. Because, whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. But either way, I just thought I'd throw it out there because I thought it was an interesting topic. And it'd be cool to get some responses, But enjoy the game. You want to enjoy the game. And hopefully I haven't lulled you into sleep here. I'll talk to you later. Noogie out.